Paige Bueckers and Caitlin Clark, ignored as broadcaster dubs Indiana Fever star. As the best offensive player in the league, imagine trying to name the best offensive player in basketball today, NBA or WNBA, and somehow leaving out the names that instantly light up the scoreboard. It's like ranking shooters and forgetting Steph, or building a dream post player and skipping over Aja Wilson. Wild, right? Yet, in a recent debate that got everyone talking, two of the most electric names in the women's game, Caitlin Clark and Paige Bueckers, were left out of a conversation they almost always dominate. The take? Simply bold. In this marquee matchup, Indiana came in still stinging from a fourth quarter collapse against the Sparks, outscored 35-17 after leading by 8. Silver linings were hard to find in that one, but if anyone managed to shine through the wreckage, it was Kelsey Mitchell. It was Mitchell's third quarter grind of 11 points, 3 of which were nothing but net from deep, that gave Indiana the lead, 58-50. She also stretched her double-digit scoring streak to 15 straight games. At that point, it seemed like scoring 10-plus was just part of her pregame warm-up routine, considering she hadn't missed once all season. Then came June 27, and of course the story continued. Kelsey Mitchell was absolutely unstoppable. Her 32-point explosion was only part of the story. What truly lit up the night was the reaction from the broadcast booth. The commentator couldn't hold back, her voice rising with every bucket. But the sentence that stood out, there is nobody better offensively in the WNBA. I don't care. Yes, she really said it. Kelsey Mitchell, the best offensive player in the league. Bold? Maybe. But in that moment, it felt impossible to argue. She continued, running the floor, absorbing contact, knocking down the three. Kelsey Mitchell off the bounce. You can't stop her. There's stuff you can do about it, valuable for her team, but certainly all-star. All-star voting is coming up. Kelsey Mitchell needs to be on your ballot. Then another commentator pointed out what Mitchell echoed in her post-game comments. She said, they do such a great job of getting her open in space. Then she can create her own moves off the dribble, attack the rim. Now that's exactly what Mitchell called a next step mentality. Our shifts keep changing, everybody doing a different role. And so I think we all got the mentality where you give and you sacrifice, and I think that's what y'all see, Mitchell explained. And honestly, she wasn't wrong. The Fever have struggled through plenty of second-half collapses this season, but on this night, the entire team came together as Mitchell led the charge and set the tone. The Wings had outscored Indiana by 15 in the middle two quarters, with Paige Bueckers catching fire and Araiko Gumbole joining her. But the Fever didn't fold. Instead, they punched back with a game-shifting 12-2 run sparked by Natasha Howard's 15-point outing to take a 91-82 lead with just over 2 minutes remaining. And do not forget that this was a Caitlin Clark-less game. But again, did that matter to one broadcaster? Not really. She set the record straight, saying, just when I was playing in the league, Kelsey's gal is kind of funny that it's kind of like Caitlin's gal. Do not let her touch the ball, run off all screen. So before Caitlin, there was Kelsey Mitchell. So I remember guarding her in the house. So despite this being a marquee matchup because of a possible Clark versus Bueckers showdown, thanks to Mitchell, everyone got their money's worth. Yet all eyes are now on July 13, longingly. It was a Tuesday night broadcast, the kind of slow, mid-season WNBA coverage that usually flies under the radar. But in a matter of hours, one sentence from a well-known sports analyst managed to send the internet into a frenzy. She's the best offensive player in the league, no question. The she in question was Kelsey Plum, a deserving name, a champion, a dynamic scorer in her own right. But it wasn't what the analyst said that caused the spark. It was who was left out. Caitlin Clark, Paige Bueckers, two of the most electrifying names in women's basketball today. Both were mysteriously absent from the conversation. No honorable mentions. No others in the mix. Just one proclamation, served up like gospel. Plum was the queen of Buck, and the court belonged to her alone. And with that, the flames of fan outrage were lit.